one.
Hello everybody. Thanks for stopping by the North Pole again. I have a really special story that I'd like to share with you this evening. And if you are old like Mrs. Claus, you're probably going to remember this story. The name of this story is Yes, Virginia, There Is a Santa Claus. If you're younger, you might not have ever heard this story. But if you've never heard it, it's about time you heard this special story about a little girl named Virginia. So let me get my gloves off and let's get started with this sweet story. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. I want to tell you a true story. This story happened a long time ago. The story happened more than 100 years ago. It is about a little girl named Virginia. One day in 1897, when Virginia was only 8 years old, she asked her dad about Santa Claus. She wanted to know if he was real. She had begun to doubt Santa Claus because her friends had told her that Santa Claus was not real. Virginia's dad knew that Santa Claus was real, but he wanted to reassure Virginia. So he suggested she write to the newspaper and ask them that same question. Virginia lived in New York City. At that time in New York City, there was a newspaper that was known as The Sun, and it was very popular. So she decided to write the newspaper a letter. When the newspaper received the letter, it was given to a man named Francis P. Church, so that he might answer Virginia's letter. Virginia's letter and Mr. Church's response were both printed in the newspaper. These two letters were so special and so meaningful that people still read them and know about them to this day. And this is what Virginia's letter said. Dear editor, I am an 8-year-old. Some of my little friends say there is no Santa Claus. Papa says if you see it in the newspaper, it's so. Please tell me the truth. Is there really a Santa Claus? Virginia. Virginia, your little friends are wrong. They have been affected by the skepticism of a skeptical age. They do not believe except what they see. They think that nothing can be which is not comprehensible by their little minds. All minds, Virginia, whether they be men's or children's, are little. In this great universe of ours, man is a mere insect, an ant. In his intellect as compared with the boundless world around him, as unmeasured by the intelligence capable of grasping the whole of truth and knowledge. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. He exists as certainly as love and generosity and devotion exist. And you know that they abound and give to your life its highest beauty and joy. How dreary would the world be if there was no Santa Claus? It would be as dreary as if there were no Virginias. There would be no childlike faith, no poetry, no romance to make tolerable this existence. We should have no enjoyment except in sense and sight. The external light with which childhood fills the world would be extinguished. Not believe in Santa Claus? Well, you might as well not believe in fairies. You might get your papa to hire men to watch in all the chimneys on Christmas Eve to catch Santa Claus. But even if they did not see Santa Claus coming down, what would that prove? Nobody sees Santa Claus, but that is no sign that there is no Santa Claus. The most real things in the world are those that neither children nor man can see. Did you ever see fairies dancing on the lawn? Well, of course not. But that's no proof that they are not there. Nobody can conceive or imagine all the wonders there are unseen and unseeable in the world. You may tear apart the baby's rattle and see what makes the noise inside, but there is a veil covering the unseen world, which not the strongest man, nor even the united strength of all the strongest men that have ever lived could tear apart. Only faith, fancy, poetry, love, romance can push aside that curtain and view and picture the supernatural beauty and glory beyond. Is it all real? Oh yes, Virginia. In all the world, there is nothing else real and abiding. No, Santa Claus, thank God he lives, and he lives forever. 1,000 years from now, Virginia, no, 10,000. No, 10,000 times 10,000 years. He will continue to make the hearts of children glad. So now, as you know Virginia's story, I hope you liked the letter from Mr. Church at the newspaper. I loved it, and I love Virginia, and yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. Merry Christmas. God bless you. Santa and I love you. Bye-bye.